Rebirth Island has been out for a couple of weeks now on Warzone, and I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely loving it. The mini Royale version I love slightly less because it's, well, less chaotic than the Resurgence mode, but I'm still having a lot of fun on there. Because I have been playing it so much, I've picked up a lot of tips that can help you win more games that are specific to Rebirth Island. So let's just get into them, shall we? First up, you want to identify the best landing spot. This is largely up to you as loot is spread pretty evenly across the map. I think it just depends on how well you know an area and what kind of gunfights you actually like to have. Me and my squad have got to know the living quarters part of the map pretty well, so you'll see us dropping there often, and I like tight corners and close gunfights rather than holding a roof down or anything like that, so it's perfect for me. The trick is, wherever you decide to land as your favourite, is to know that part of the map inside out. Like, not only buildings and corridor locations, but also where loot boxes and shops usually are. This gives you an advantage straight away because you don't have to look around and guess too much. You can just march straight into a room where you know loot boxes consistently are, get a weapon as quickly as possible, and get protecting yourself or moving up on other squads. Of course, ideally, you want to get to know the whole map very well, but in the meantime, master your drop area. My second tip is to always be tight to your squad and get those communications even tighter. It's so hectic on Rebirth Island that you can be fighting more than one squad at a time. I've seen it where people are making callouts for damaging players and things like that for just completely other teams and other people than what the rest of the squad are fighting. You want to make sure everyone is working towards the same goal to stand the best chance of succeeding. Sorry, I went a little bit businesslike there, didn't I? Let's do some blue sky thinking. Outside the box, and up the flagpole. And run a DMR, please. I would also advise when you are dropping to don't try and just avoid all other players. It's a small map with quite a lot of players, the chances are you're not going to be landing alone. You may be tempted to dip out of there, but this will likely decrease your chances of getting a weapon and leave you highly vulnerable. If you and your squad are all on the same wavelength, get in there, don't be afraid. Take your chances and try and earn buildings off people. The next tip is to identify the best floor loot. There's some very good floor loot available in this game. I'm particularly thinking of the MAC-10 variations, but there are other useful weapons like the XM4 at certain distances and the MP5 and MP7 variants, as well as our old friend the Krig. You can honestly win games with just these weapons. Some of them are that good, but being able to identify the best floor weapons isn't always easy. That's why I put emphasis on being able to spot a nice looking MAC-10 or a Tundra sniper or something like that. Of course, what you really want to do is get your loadout as soon as possible. This ensures you have your chosen weapon and perks, and on Rebirth Island, the cost is just $7,500 instead of the usual $10,000. This is way better than going to the map loadout drop because it's just so risky trying to get these. It usually drops 100 plus meters away and is with other squads loadouts. And there's usually some divs on a rooftop with DMRs watching over. Honestly, just buy one and get set early on. When you get your loadout, what kind of setup should you have? Well, I highly recommend an SMG class. 80% of gunfights on Rebirth Island are at close range. I also of course recommend running Ghost because UAVs and heartbeat sensors still run supreme even on this map. So actually make sure you're running heartbeat sensors and UAVs yourself as often as you can. I personally like to run the SMG with a floor loop sniper because that's just my choice for a bit of fun more than anything else. If you're looking for super meta, of course the DMR and MAC-10 are just the choice for you, at least for the time being. So you've got your loadout, that's great, things are looking up. But now what? Well, I advise slowly moving towards the circle if you're not already in it. You want to be moving from building to building and occupying each one for cover. It's so easy to be caught out in the open on this map, so get inside when you can and be the one who has high ground and cover. It's also a great way to not get third-partied by other teams when you're in a gunfight with another squad. Do this consistently and you're gonna see your kills and wins fly right up. When you are towards the endgame, standard battle royale tactics come into play as this is the point on Rebirth Island which most resembles normal Warzone. So we're talking things like always looking for the next cover, particularly on the side where the storm circle is moving, along with choosing your shots depending on the number of enemies versus your own squad's numbers and things like that. So that's actually all from me in this video. If you did enjoy it, a like is much appreciated. For more Call of Duty videos, why not subscribe if you haven't already? And check out these other videos if this video did whet your appetite. Bye for now.